Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Covering the face of a woman is an additional kind of decency. None should be saying it is prohibited or disallowed. Because the Prophet ﷺ prohibited women who are in the ritual of ihram, the status of Hajj or Umrah. At that particular ritual, she should not put niqab or put gloves. Only in this particular kind of status. He said, alayhi salatu wasalam, women should not tantaqib. Tantaqib, put niqab. Women who are engaged in the status of ihram, she should neither put niqab nor put gloves on her hands. This is narrated in Bukhari, hadith number 1838. So, it is obvious when the Prophet said, in this particular circumstance, ritual, she should not, that means other than that ritual, it is okay. It doesn't mean she is forbidden from putting the niqab always. No. On the other hand, it had not been proven that covering the face is obligatory, as some extremists claim. Those extremists who reach to the point charging Al-Albani that he is propagating and citing sufur. Sufur means being without veil. So it means to them showing the face that there is no veil. And it had been proven authentically that the women used to be showing their faces in front of the Prophet ﷺ. Just like the hadith of Al-Fadl ibn Abbas in Hajj. But after the first, because we have two parts of terminating ihram. First part, everything is forbidden. Second part, even intercoursing his wife or getting married at that period of time. Second part of ihram, everything is allowed for you to do, to wear clothes, etc. But still, except intercoursing women. The second part of ihram, this woman came and she was speaking to the Prophet and she was beautiful. And the cousin of the Prophet, whose name is Al-Fadl, he was looking at her and she was looking at him. So the Prophet was turning his face like this. And Al-Fadl was returning to look at the woman. It seems she was gorgeous. For the second time, the Prophet turned his face away. He didn't say to the woman, cover your face. I mean, we have the source of corruption, so-called, and we have the effect, the consequence. The Prophet will not be caring about the consequence without looking to the source of the corruption. So instead of turning his face, he should have, for example, he should have saying to the woman, go and cover yourself, cover your face. Since the Prophet did not do it, it means that covering the face is not obligatory. So, how would those people be dealing with this hadith, which is in Sahih Muslim? I don't know. It's been mentioned in the book, Hanbali book, called Al-Insaf for Al-Mirdawi, as well as Ibn Qudam al-Maqdisi. They have concluded that covering the face, covering the hands, it is not obligatory because of this hadith. But the bad consequence is that when women are not allowed to show their faces, they became rude. Like inside of their environment, they cover the face, but the moment their airplane in their vacation lands, then you may not be able to see black covered woman at all. Everything is changed since the airplane landed in different country. That is why I do not recommend people reading that book, Awdat al-Hijab, for Sheikh Muhammad Ismail al-Muqaddam. The title of the book is The Returning of the Veil. But he's talking about covering the face, considering covering the face is the hijab, and other than that, it is not hijab, it's not a veil, which is absolutely exaggeration. because it narrows what Allah and His Messenger had widened. It ignores the authentic narrations about the permissibility of showing the face as well as the hands. And I could not come across even one hadith where the Prophet made it obligatory. Yes, there are many evidences that women used to be covering their faces, especially the wives of the Prophet ﷺ. Especially, be it in ihram or without ihram, the wives of the Prophet used to be covering their faces. It's been narrated by Abu Dawood and Ibn Majah authentically that Aisha radiallahu anha said, when the groups of pilgrims used to be passing by while we are in the status of ihram with the Prophet ﷺ, okay, so when they pass by, one of us, that means the wives of the Prophet ﷺ, used to be putting her face, her jilbab, from her head to her face, from the head to the face. It's very clear. As they pass by, then we return the jilbab up to the head. This hadith is narrated by Abu Dawood, hadith number 2690, and Ibn Majah, and Al-Albani judged it to be authentic in his commentary on his footnotes on the book Mishkat al-Masabih, volume 2, page 102. So whoever says that I do not allow women in my country to wear the hijab, the niqab, we will be saying to him, what if the wives of the Prophet were living now under your authority? Will you be removing the hijab from their faces? As for the mustache, no one should be having a mustache that he plays with it like this, or covering it until here. I wonder, sorry to say that, how would his wife be allowing him to kiss her? Awful. Awkward. And on the other hand, those who claim that the Prophet ﷺ used to lengthen his mustache is making a lie against the Prophet. Even though the Prophet ﷺ had seen two postmen came to him from Persia, giving him a letter from the king. When the Prophet, as he saw their mustache, maybe reaching his chin, Allahu Alam, covering their lips, he didn't like to look at them. So the one who claims that the Prophet used to be lengthening his mustache is making a lie against the Prophet ﷺ. And in fact, the Prophet said, among the matter of fitrah means natural disposition, that the nature body agrees with, is to trim the mustache and to leave the beard, to grow the beard. This is the natural thing that the body of the person needs, or it suits the body. Yeah, so narrated by Anas ibn Malik that the Prophet ﷺ had timed for them, defined a timing for them, for shaving, trimming the mustache, trimming the nails, also trimming the hair on the armpit, and shaving the pubic hair. It shouldn't be more than 40 days. Within 40 days, you should not be leaving it. So whoever described growing the beard or saying about the beard that it's a matter of dirt, he is speaking dirt, and had been rude and impolite against the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because this thing had been issued by Allah the Almighty. Because Islam is the religion of hygiene and cleanliness. So if lengthening the beard is a matter of dirt, that means Islam is allowing us to be dirty. And the Prophet ﷺ's beard was described to be kathah, that means big. as narrated by Jabir ibn Samur radiallahu anhu in Sahih Muslim, hadith number 2344, and narrated by Al-Bara ibn Azib radiallahu anhu, narrated by An-Nasai, hadith number 5232, and narrated by Abi Ma'mar. We said to Khabbab ibn al-Arat, was the Prophet ﷺ reading in Salatul Dhuhr and Asr? You know, Dhuhr and Asr, it's not public recitation. So they wanted to know if the Prophet at least was reading by moving the lips or not, because it's not public recitation. Unlike Fajr or Maghrib or Isha, yes. So he was asked this question. He said, yes. So he was asked, how did you know that he was reading? He said, by the shaking of his beard. That's narrated in Sahih Bukhari, hadith number 746. So how could, if growing the beard like this is a matter of dirt, are you saying that the Prophet ﷺ's beard was dirty? Or he was allowing us to become dirty? And that is why Ibn Hazm and other scholars, they had cited the agreement of all scholars by unanimous decision that growing the beard is obligatory and you should not be trimming. That means totally, absolutely shaving the beard. Because the Prophet said, 10 things are of fitrah, natural disposition: trimming the beard and leaving the beard and using the siwak. Muslim hadith number 261. And we're ordered to disagree or to oppose the Jews and the Christians in their rituals, in their habit. So they shave, so we grow. Some may say, oh, what about if they grew? Are you going to shave? I say, no. When they grow, they agreed with the rituals of Musa and Harun. If you remember, when Musa saw his people, the Jews, worshipping the calf, he threw the tablets and he immediately turned to his brother and he caught him by his beard. So his brother Aaron said to Musa, my brother, do not catch me or grab me from my beard. So that means the Prophet of the Jews used to be growing the beard. If they grew the beard, they agree with him, so we agree with them. Okay? Yeah. Al-Qurtubi, not the commentator of Quran, another Qurtubi, he has a book called Al-Mufhim, explaining Sahih Muslim. He said, Kath al-Lihya, it doesn't mean that it's very long. It's from the two sides, and here it is wide, but it doesn't mean it's too long until down. Okay? That's in his book Al-Mufhim, volume 6, page 135. And those who disagreed with Al-Albani when he said that showing the face is not prohibited or covering the face is not obligatory, they got angry with him. And now they get angry with him when he said many companions, they used to be taking from their beard, not shaving the beard, taking from the beard. Some of them, like Ibn Umar, he used to be taking from what exceeded the size of his fist, like this. If it's more than here, he used to be shaving. But this also doesn't mean that what is less than that, if you take it, it's forbidden, it's prohibited. It doesn't mean so. These things have been left like this. So don't go to extremes and make some claims because you got used to your own environment. You can maintain your environment, your what is conventionally known in your environment, but at the same time, don't precede your environment over what had been instructed to us by the book and the Sunnah and the understanding and practicing of the Sahaba, companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We're taking here a moderate status position. Unlike, for example, if we want to see our scholars, some of them, they were so tough in taking this matter seriously and strictly, like An-Nawawi. An-Nawawi said, what is selected among the disagreements of the scholars, that leaving the beard as it is without shaving or shortening any of it, it should be done. You should not be touching it, and you should be trimming what will be exceeding over the lips of the mustache. That's in his explanation of Muslim, volume 3, page 131. Even the Hanafis, one of them, like Ibn Abdin, in his book Ad-Durr al-Mukhtar, he said, taking what is less than the feast, like this, what is less than that, as some faggots do, mukhannath, as he mentioned, yani mukhannath, neither woman nor man. So he's resembling those who take what is less than the feast from the beard, that is mukhannath. I leave it to you. That's in the book Ad-Durr al-Mukhtar, second volume, page 418. And now he again said that when the Prophet said awfu, waffiru, atliqu, a'fu, all of those words, they give the meaning that you should be leaving your beard, not shaving it. Okay? And he said this what our scholars had already chosen as a decision. That is in his Sharh Muslim, explaining Muslim, volume 3, page 142. So I just wanted to clarify this, because some of the people said that I would not be allowing veil in my country, and covering the face is one of the attitude of the Wahhabis. No. The wives of the Prophet, unless you call the wives of the Prophet that they're Wahhabis, that's another issue. And I have mentioned things very authentically, clearly, that the wives of the Prophet ﷺ used to be doing this, covering their faces. So it's extra righteousness and decency. Should not be prohibiting people from taking that chance, okay? No matter what. Even if there are some men who wanted to sneak and run away from something, they may use woman dress. I agree, that happens. But that doesn't justify prohibiting women from covering their faces. That has another procedure, such as having a police woman. They may be checking, or if it's important. And that happens to me once, maybe 20 years ago. I was in Saudi Arabia, and the police stopped me, and they said, would you mind? We just have, a small looking at the wife from here. I said, why? They said, there's a criminal man, and he's running away. So I allowed it. And that was in Saudi Arabia. So that doesn't justify that you make your decision and you challenge Allah and His Messenger by these things, calling the beard as a matter of dirt. That's very shameful. Alhamdulillah. Maybe if others, they were boasting that they never took a shower since 1 year, and you know who I'm talking about. That's for the shame. But as for the Muslim, imagine if 5 times we keep, rinsing, cleaning the beard with every wudu we perform, unless we may do more than that. And we should not be on Friday going to the masjid without taking a shower. I think that would be quite enough. And you should not be calling the beard dirtiness. Otherwise, it will be a very shameful and abusive kind of accusation against the Prophet ﷺ, whose beard was big, not necessarily long. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.